So we're here at Tactorland. When is he going to put up an amusement park or something? We need a roller coaster. We got land here.
Well, we have a skate park.
Yeah, I
You've
know.
seen the skate park?
Yeah. Your brother.
So we have the skate park, and we have a floating dock now, apparently.
Okay.
That they dive off of.
Okay.
My kids are out there diving.
So it is really turning into Tactorland.
And sometimes there's a ramp where they ride on their bikes, and then they go off the ramp into the pond.
Okay, that's awesome on itself, especially a nice July day.
I don't do those things. My brother
why not?
does those things.
Well,
I like the ground. I'm very happy on the ground.
He got all the adventure genes.
Yeah, he skydives and does all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't do any of that stuff. The craziest thing I do is sit behind 1,000-pound animals.
Yeah, so let's talk about those. First one. All right, let's talk about the girls first, because everybody always wants to talk about the boys. And I know there's some good ones, but let's talk about the girls. Okay. So we got Ice Dutchess, right? Hambletonian Oaks. Winner?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
For sure. I think she's the best one, and I don't. She's just so effortless. We've been easy on her this year, a little bit starting out. She ended the year last year a little tired. So I just wanted to take my time getting her back and make sure she was sound. She had a little bit of soundness issues, growth issues. Her back got a little sore last year. So mainly we just took our time with her, and we've kind of been picking our spots with her a little bit here and there.
You raced her in the 3-year-old open, right? Yeah,
she raced in the 3-year-old open, and actually after the race I was a little disappointed in her. I know she raced against the boys. There was only one other.
Her?
Yeah, I was a little disappointed because there was... she seemed like a little flat, finishing the mile, but she hadn't raced in 2 weeks, so then I was kind of like, well, maybe she was a little short, but historically she hasn't ever been short, so that didn't really fall like it seemed right. But next day, Annette comes to the barn and takes her temperature. She has 101.6, so she was sick.
So then you're like, all right.
So she just beat the boys and finished third.
Yeah.
And was sick. So
I think really... you should only be concerned about the other fillies she beats, right? Because you're not going to enter in the Hambletonian.
No.
As much as you'd probably like to. That's a tall order. There's like 8 of them.
I mean, she did beat aged open trotters, or like little higher class conditioned trotters, her first start of the year in 52. So she has like a ton of ability, but obviously there's other colts that are really good. You're confident in her though, right? I'm very confident in her.
This, Saturday is the Delvin Miller, right? She's in there?
Yep.
So, do you care to win that one? Or is it more, you prep for the Oaks? Like, can she lose this race and still be okay for the Oaks? Or do you, because again, this is a nice race, but you want to be ready for the Hambo Oaks. So is there any other things you got to do? Ooh, let's go sit over there. That's nice. Is there anything you got to do for her to get, is there another notch she's got to do, or you're pretty happy with her?
Well, I'm really happy with her. I mean, the question, she hasn't had a lot of starts this year, so obviously we need to kind of start getting into a routine where we maybe push her a little bit more than we have.
Okay.
Because she was sick when she raced in the 3-year-old open, we couldn't race her in the Reynolds last week.
Right.
So she got a week off, so she's going in the Del Miller off of a sick week, which isn't ideal. But mainly, I just want to get a good mile in her, and then, we'll see what we do the next week. But she'll probably get the next week off, and then she'll have, 2 weeks in a row
go to the Oaks.
For the Oaks.
Let's sit right here, because
this is Tactor Beach.
This is Tactor Beach. So I've always thought it was interesting, because trainers have different tactics. I've seen both, where, again, take her for instance. Some people push them to the max in an early race. Yeah. And they see what the max is, and then they say, all right, let's make an adjustment. Then others are like, no, we don't want to push them. We're happy. We'll just inch our way forward, and then hopefully we don't know if we've hit the max, and then hopefully on a big race like Hambletonian, okay, we're good, and hopefully we'll see. So what's it, or is every horse different?
I think every horse is a little different, but like with her, because she ended the year flat last year, I want her to be able to race the full season well this year. I think we know where we have her. Okay. You know, I mean, Yannick drove her a lot last year, and he knows, like, he's very confident in her. And
he knows what he's doing.
And so, like, I mean, we have good dialogue there where we know, like, where she's at and, you know, as far as fitness and soundness.
Yeah, he's got to keep his streak going. You got to start your own streak.
I know.
It's up to 5?
5.
5. So he's got to go for 6 in a row, and then you got to start.
I got to start my new streak, but I'd like to keep 6 in a row on the farm, too.
Well, I was going to say, like, let's say you win it this year, and then Pear wins it next year, and then you win it the following. Does that still count?
I mean, it's Millennium Farm streak,
right.
I guess.
Okay, so that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Don't Let Him.
Okay.
Okay, the other Hambletonian horse. He's gone not your traditional route.
No.
Was that planned going into the season?
Yes.
Okay, because he's racing in opens, overnights, he qualified. Okay, that qualifier may have been one of the most impressive qualifiers or races for any of the Hambletonian horses. Do you agree?
I agree.
I mean, he came from out of the clouds.
Yeah, he just got beat a nose. And Yannick never pulled his plugs or really asked him to go either.
I know he came the last quarter in 26, but even then, he probably wasn't even in gear until, you know, a quarter of the way down the stretch, right? Yep. So, I mean, who knows what that last eighth was, right? Yep. 12 seconds possibly. So,
possibly.
Is he fast? What's like his best thing that he does?
He's quick. He's fast horse. I mean, I think he proved that last year. He's a track record holder for 2-year-old, you know, at the Meadowlands. 1 in 50, 1 in 4 last year, the Peter Houghton. So he's fast, and he can actually hold that high speed at a long time without getting, you know, too tired, which, you know, that's what makes great horses great. Yeah. They can carry their high speed. Last year, he was like a perfect gentleman, like in the beginning of the season, apparently. I mean, I didn't train him last year, but that's what I've been told. And as soon as he went on the road and he went to Kentucky, he like lost it. He grew up. He saw the world. He was like, let's have a party, and he started running all over the place.
You know,
and it was
typical young colt. He just wants to party and get his mind on his business. For the record, he is not a tiny horse, but next to Rufino, he's a midget.
Yeah, but
Rufino is
huge.
8 foot tall, and yes, so it was amazing. He was brushing him, and like he looks like a mini horse compared to him.
Yeah, well, that's what Rufino took care of. Always be Mickey too, and he made Mickey look like a normal sized horse. Yeah. Mickey was a big horse, and he actually took care of Father Patrick as well. So like they both look like average sized horses compared.
So you don't want him. You don't want Rufino holding him in the future stallion.
No,
right?
I'll hold him.
Yeah, you'll hold him, make him look like a giant. Don't let it. So the schedule. You know, again, you've avoided all the stakes races. So what is that because you knew? You know.
Well, I didn't want to take a chance of taking him off the farm and stressing him.
Okay.
That was the thing. So, because he lost it last year a little bit. So we were like, you know what, Hambletonian's the first big goal. We'll just stay on the farm, and we'll ship an hour to the Meadowlands, and we'll ship home.
Okay.
You know, it's a tough route to go because of the way the races fill sometimes at the Meadowlands and don't fill, and you know, you get in, and then you're in against aged horses, and so, you know, it's been a little bit of trying and maneuvering to try to get that accomplished.
Pretty good so far, though, right?
Yeah, so far I would have liked to race him this past Friday night, but he didn't get in, so then we're like, all right, we'll just qualify.
We'll just qualify, and that's it. I mean, maybe that qualifier ended up being better than what any race could have done.
Yeah, because it's like more controlled.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get pushed. Like when Yannick drove him, the first time Yannick drove him this year, I mean, he was parked for a good portion of the mile, and you know, like race qualifiers, you can kind of maneuver a little bit better than a race.
Give me your rank of where he is. Like you know, there's all the official rankings, the unofficial rankings. What's he ranked?
So, I mean, right now, obviously, Green Shoe has to be number 1.
Not obviously, he lost.
Yeah, but that was more because he was never in the race.
But he still lost.
I know, but he was charging hard at the end. So I would put Green Shoe number 1 right now, but Don't Let Him number 2 for sure. And I think that if Green Shoe isn't on his 100% game, if he's only at 99.7 or 99.8, I got him.
You got him, okay.